Welcome everybody to another edition of 5-Minute Adventures. Today we find ourselves back here in Aldergrove, British Columbia for the annual Langley Good Times Cruise In. This is an annual event that takes place here in Langley, or Aldergrove is this part of Langley. We have upwards of 1,200 cars that are going to be on display today. We will not be looking at all of them because this video is only going to be so long. But we're going to take a wander around the show. In-N-Out has a mobile vehicle here that they bring every year. And there's a lot of diversity in cars, and it's also going to be very busy. They've got 3 different stages set up for live acts, for bands. They've got Elvis impersonator who's going to be performing. So let's take a look and see what we can find. Let's go, shall we? So from where I just was, I've walked maybe about 50 feet. And now all of a sudden I am surrounded by people and cars and people. And so many cars. So let's take a wander around. The show stretches from 264th Street or Highway 13 all the way to 272nd Street. So if you want to look at a map of Aldergrove, you can see how far that is, and it's just along Fraser Highway, as well as all of the feeder streets that come into it for about a block or so. So if you want to look that up on Google Maps to see how big the area is that I'm talking about. This is the largest car show that does take place in Canada. So let's keep looking around. First thing we see is this Mustang with the license plate Muscle. It's got the Lambo doors on it. Got the tank inside. It's even got the word muscle right in there. We got Hot Rod Express Towing. These guys are new, at least for the placement of the vehicles for this year. Wonder if they dropped off this Corvette or if it was separate. We got these crazy little contraptions here. 19.5 feet long, the guy said this yellow one is. Interesting, the exhaust pipes on this one as well as this one. So one thing about this car show, it's not only open for classic cars, but it's also open for custom cars, race cars, you name it. Cars that are still being worked on and developed. It's definitely an eclectic grouping of different vehicles. So along with the cars, there's of course going to be vendors and people selling their wares, promoting their businesses. KMS Tools, Preston Chevolds, which is a dealership in town here. KMS Tools promoting that they're hiring. They've got this vehicle, of course. We've got Leak Pro and their little bread van here. And of course, you know, t-shirts and all kinds of stuff. People giving stuff away. There's all kinds of contests that are going to be giving stuff away. Got little knickknacks and trinkets here. This is all 3D printed stuff. There's also a little bit of food. We've got a coffee truck set up. We've got some jerky set up here. Fountain Tire, because if you're going to be at a car show, why not promote something cars need? Tires. I'm sure there were a few of them burned off around here last night with smoke shows and people joining together. There usually is. We have a booth here selling retro signage. Elvis 68 special. Very cool. So we're just here at 270th Street. And this is where one of the main stages is going to be. We've got Jim here. He's the MC of the day here on this stage. We've got Elvis is going to be performing later. We've got his pink Cadillac here. Steve, if you look back at my videos, you'll actually see a thumbnail that looks just like that, only with Steve standing in the picture. This parking lot here, which is for the swimming pool, is normally a swap meet, but today they've actually used it for parking of extra vehicles. We have this beautiful old ambulance. We've got the old-time drags. We've got some die-cast models here at the Badass Garage Limited, including a whole bunch of Back to the Future time machines. Ecto 1. Lightning Queen Mater. And that is the badassgarage.com. I'm sure they probably do online sales as well if you want to check them out. So this area here, as we approach the eastern end of the car show, it's always very crowded because they pack everybody and the cars in here real tight, and it goes down to only one lane in each direction. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to show in this area. Beautiful flame job on this. So here we find ourselves again approaching 272, and you can see the crowd this way, and that's just near the end of the one end of the show, and then looking the other way. So here we have a custom-built 1954 tour liner, 6,000 hours approximately to complete this. Take a quick look inside. Looks great. It's got the two wheels on the back here, air ride suspension. Comes to a definite point at the back. That's really cool. And it's a one of one. We have this guy that's slammed to the ground. There's a lot of smoke in the air today because of wildfires that are not too far away. That's blowing down the valley. So the coloring on these cars looks way different than it would normally. But they still look really good. So we've moved away from the mayhem that is the end part of the car show. It's a little quieter now. Now we can actually look at some of these cars without 1,000 people around us. Here we have the Yellow Vibrations Corvette with the spinning car on the carburetor. And of course, rest in peace to this legend. So we've got Steve here as Elvis. He's doing the young Elvis from the Army right now. Girls, boys, do you ever get one of them girls who's awful nice, the cold as ice? Do you ever get one of them girls, boys? Tell me why do you cry? Check out this 1923 Ford Bucket. That thing would be cool to ride down the road in. And then just to show the diversity of the show, we've also got a couple of bright green Vipers here. Hey, how you doing? Look at how slammed to the ground this truck is. Got the bed that lifts up, exposing your nitrous, your exhaust. Interior's beautiful as well. I believe that we're going to have a fire up on this car here. So let's see how loud it is. A lot of people have hearing protection on. Here we have a 1979 Citroen. Hard to go through a drive-through with that type of window. We have this vintage army truck here. Right-hand drive.
Where?
We have this Caddy convertible. Look at the size of the wheels on this thing. They are absolutely massive. I always find it funny when people have little tiny versions of their car on display on their vehicle. So down the middle of the road this year, they've got all of these cars parked at an angle. The last several years, they've had them just sort of in a straight line down the center lane here. Jim, the MC there, just before Elvis came on stage, I heard him say that so far they have had over 1,400 cars registered. With the event was not even technically full yet. And they are expecting record-setting crowds as well today. This 1931 Ford Model A looks like it's held together by bubble gum and Scotch tape. Here we have a 1979 Pantheon, I think it was called. So here we have the In-N-Out truck, the portable truck. Comes around every single year, always parks in this parking lot. The lineup is long. It snakes all the way around this building and around the corner. They start selling the tickets as soon as they open. I think they opened at 8 a.m. and they are most likely sold out already. I drove by here last night about 11:30 at night, and there was nobody here. Just the truck parked in the parking lot and just waiting for the mayhem of today. So this car and trailer are part of the BC Hot Rod Association, which is the largest car club in all of Canada. The sheer number of classic cars, car collectors, etc. in Langley and British Columbia is just astronomical. I like this. In case of rain, break glass. It's a nicely restored Volkswagen. It's got suicide doors on it even. That's cool. So this 1935 Studebaker bus has a news article here about it, and it says that the seats that are in here were rescued from a Pan Am 747, making them super comfortable. You can actually see on the armrest, not only is there an ashtray, but there's also the button to recline them and the button to call for your flight attendant if you really want. It even has the Pan Am logo right there on the seatbelt. That's cool. Okay, how many people out there would not want to take this on a weekend road trip? You got your Volkswagen with your tow-behind trailer for extra sleeping space. It's even got a little kitchen in the back. That's awesome. This looks awesome with the pop-out front windows, the slider, got the vintage bike up on the top. Here we have what's known as the death machine. It's even pulling a trailer that's shaped like a coffin. So we made our way to the other end. We're now at 264th Street, and you can see here the crowd as far as you can see. Just a sea of people out there. I don't know that I've ever seen an El Grande here with this little Honda motorcycle in the back. That's pretty cool. It's a 1974 Volkswagen Thing. Obviously repainted, updated lights on it, leather seats and everything. But it's really nice. I love that it has the fold down front windshield, just like a Jeep has. So here we have a whole collection of Army Jeeps, Willys Jeeps. That one says it's in the Philippines. All of these fully restored and just absolutely immaculate. Here we have a 1990 Ford Mustang. I have a feeling that it might be slightly modified. Just a little bit. I wonder how much horsepower this thing puts out. We have a little Mustang section here. Newer, older. Five-liter Mustangs. Yeah, there's probably about 12 or 14 Mustangs lined up side by side here. This particular car here was once a police vehicle in Mesa, Arizona. It even still has the little computer and CV and everything in it. This is the only Porsche I've seen in the entire show. This is a 1958. Once again, we've got a little version of the big car. This is a 1934 Studebaker Dictator. I think I've seen this car before and shown it in a previous video. It's pretty cool with the flared fenders on the back. It's always nice when people put different decorations just to get attention. Got the bear from Ted, got a little kangaroo, and of course a small version of the same car. So that's going to wrap up everything for me here today at the 2025 Langley Good Times Cruise In. I've been here for about 2 hours. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be for you. It's definitely not going to be 5 minutes of the title of my channel. But this event takes place every September, the first Saturday after Labor Day. So not the long weekend, but always the Saturday afterwards. If you're looking for information on it, just Google Langley Good Times Cruise In. People put in their hard work all year long to make sure that this event takes place. And they've done a phenomenal job. Record turnout crowd, over 1,400 vehicles in attendance here today. So we're going to make our way back to our own vehicle and we're going to take off from here. I'm going to say thank you so much for joining me in this 5-minute adventure. I'll see you in the next one.